farming here on the Stoney Ridge today. Guys, you get off of my hay. Shame on you. Let's go have some fun. We got some equipment to run and some cows to feed. Woo! Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge farm. Never-ending rock pickup adventure. Gorgeous day today on the farm. Almost 80 degrees. I have to get this done. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be taking the Ventrac tractor, which is up here, and we're going to go all the way across the farm. And we're gonna be mowing some bottomland over here that I couldn't get to this winter because it was just too wet. It's finally dried out and we're about ready to start getting all that handled. But first, we gotta take care of our kids, like this little girl, right? This is Susie. Susie's a good cow. Susie, you like the camera? So we're gonna roll out a bale of hay to the cows. I did not follow the instructions of my county, and you guys can just pat me on the back for that. What we're gonna do is we're rolling hay out on this bare land down here, and that's where we put our septic field. We already rolled one bale out over top of the pipe that goes down the hill all the way to there. Then our septic field is right in here. Basically what we're doing is dropping some biomass on the top of the soil and a little bit of grass seed, which is in every bale. So let's take our Greg Judy bale unroller and get this thing unrolled. And hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get her off the hay bale. My second season on this pasture, overwintering it, and basically the cows eat the grass all the way down in the wintertime, and I can access these rocks. I'll be picking rocks up here for the next 10 years probably. It looks like we got a little intruder back here. Get back! Get off of there, you turd! That's the first time Blue Eyes has ever let me touch her. That's pretty cool. There we go. erosion. My hat's backwards. All these rocks that I pick up here all serve a purpose. There is erosion constantly on the farm. And what we have here is a creek that runs alongside the road. This is kind of a seasonal wash. And what happens is this creek undermines the road and washes it away. It was doing it really bad up here. And there's a big creek there and just a small little brook right here. So what I've been doing, you can see rocks right here. I'll take all the rocks that I pick up for the day, and in the spot where it's starting to try and work its way this way, eroding, cutting away at the road, I'll put a few rocks and it'll push the creek ever so slightly out that way. Makes a difference. I'll show you up there in just a second, but we're gonna go ahead and place these rocks right here in the creek. They came off the land, they go back on the land. Where else am I gonna put them? I also put them in gullies and washouts and places that I need the dirt to stay put, that I don't have grass. So just makes sense. And you can see it's really helped in a few places right here. All of this was washed out plumb to here and was about to take the road over. When we get a heavy downpour, you can see there's a mountain behind us. This will be running over the road 2 feet deep at some points. What I think had happened here, and this was, gosh, years and years ago, when this creek or wash was first here, it used to come through right through here. You see the pipe that goes under the road. The pipe comes out right there. And what I can see here, this creek used to flow right there. So I think the creek, its flow has been diverted at some point, and it's pointed on down the stream just a little bit. It's erosion control at its best. We don't want the creek to take the road away or wash all this rock down into a natural creek. So we're gonna put natural stone right here on this edge. This hay bale is ready for tomorrow morning. We're gonna head on over the other side of the farm. Contact. By the way, guys, this is called Cool Top. Check it out. The new ones have a variable speed motor. This is a fan. It sucks fresh air out from above you and blows it down on top of you, keeping that head cool. Cool Tops. I'll post a link for you. Here we are in the bottomland. I like the bottomland. It's kind of neat down here. This is all broom sedge. All this brown, reddish, dry grass. And the cows just won't eat it. That's what it is right there. That's an indicator of poor soil health and a acidic pH. Our pH in our soil here is about 4 to 4.2. We are getting rid of this. I know we need to lime. So we're gonna be putting down lime to raise the pH to closer to 6, but it takes years to do that, and a lot of manure also. So what comes out of the cow's butt is pretty much pH neutral as well, which will help build the soil. What I gotta do is mow this with the big tractor. What I can't do is get really close to the fence line with the big tractor, and some of this stuff like privet and multiflora rose. We're trying to go without sprays and chemicals here on the farm. So the honey badger is what we call this. This is the Ventrac. It's the tool for the job. I'll get you a little shot of eating this stuff up real quick. I'm just gonna go right in. That's a big old multiflora rose bush, and it just needs to go. So we're just gonna push up in there and annihilate that thing. This is called the Tough Cut deck, and there are many different decks that you can put on the Ventrac tractor. It's not just a mower. That is the cool top. That's the Ventrac 4500Y. They've got a newer model out now. I think it's called the 4520. It has a Kubota diesel engine in it. This is the Tough Cut. Tough Cut's like a bush hog type deck. As you could tell out in that field just a minute ago, I was mowing a little bit of the broom sedge, and it's really cutting it good. So this thing is tough. It will do brush and it will bush hog. So if you need a tractor that accomplishes virtually everything aside from running a 3-point PTO driven implement, and this does have a 3-point setup on the back so I can pull things like a drag harrow, I can pull all sorts of stuff with it. If you need that PTO driven, then buy yourself a tractor. If you need something to keep your property up, a Ventrac is a good addition to any large property, I think. So let me show you how we eat this multiflora rose up real quick, and then we're gonna mow a couple laps around this and go grab the big tractor. This whole time change thing has got my butt kicked. This is a pretty big job. You know, behind the scenes, when I'm driving the Ventrac over, I'm seeing all this stuff that needs to be mowed. So as I was bringing it back, I stopped and mowed and mowed and mowed. So I've been mowing for the last 2.5 hours or so, just controlling brush. And it's that time of year where we gotta control brush. Cows are doing good, out here eating, chilling out. A couple by the fence right here. And won't be long, we'll be moving the cows over here on green pastures, which is super cool. Right now, I'm targeting this area with hay. I'm gonna continue to roll out hay. I think I have another 22 bales, which dictates about another 30 days. I want the grass to be almost knee-high on the farm before I put the cows out on it. And then we'll give this section of pasture a lot of time to rest. So, a lot of thought goes into this stuff. People think you're just a dumb old farmer just doing dumb old farmer stuff, but there's a lot going on. We're on the TYM T1104 tractor. This is a 110 horsepower machine. Behind me is the Woods batwing. It's a 15.50. That's the medium to heavy duty machine. It's 15 feet wide. So I learned how to decipher the numbers. Hang on. Whew, there we go. I learned how to decipher the numbers on the batwing and on all Woods equipment. The first two numbers are the width, and the last numbers are the duty level. So I think they make up to a 72, which is extreme duty, I think. I'll post it down there. Let's get this thing revved up. As we're driving, we're trying to get it to optimal running temperature, and then we'll engage once we get over there, drop that batwing, and mow this little pasture. It's not much to mow with the batwing. It just goes like that. This has been the biggest time saver I've ever had on the farm. And you could pull it with a 65, 70 horsepower, but we're running a Big Daddy today. Ain't wide. Coming in hot. Missed it by that much. Snack time, baby. Right here's one of them gluten-free bars. They're pretty good. Fake chocolate. All this that we're driving by right now is stuff that I just mowed. All of that right in there. And I went around the edge of this field too. So what you guys are seeing in the video isn't everything that I'm getting done today. I'm going to be mowing until dark. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's about 5:30. 6. We got her done, man. What a day. I'm gonna mow until dark. Look at the amount of leaves that are in here. Recently I did a video about hay and why fall cut hay isn't quite as good as spring cut hay. Well, those leaves and all this broom sedge defines it. I think we did great, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on the farm. I've got a little more work to do. I'm gonna hopscotch over to the next field, hopscotch up to that field, and knock all this out, and then we're gonna put the drag harrow on. We're gonna start dragging manure from the winter. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Gotta let me get the camera back. Oh, Donnie knocking the camera over. He never plays well. Right here's one of them gluten-free bars. Fake chocolate. Put her down, Buford. She's sucking mud.